Given a word list, we want to implement a spell checker that converts a query word into a correct word. For a given query word, the spell checker handles two categories of spelling mistakes. Capitalization. If the query matches a word in the word list, which is case insensitive, then the query word is returned with the same case as the case in the word list. For example, if the word list contains the word yellow with all small letters and the query contains Y capital and O capital in the word yellow, then we'll simply be returning yellow as the correct answer. Similarly, they have provided two more examples, so if we just go through them, here Y is capital and the query is all small, then also we'll be returning the word from the word list. Similarly for this case also. And second type of errors that's permitted are vowel errors. If after replacing the vowels A, E, I, O, U of the query word with any vowel individually, it matches a word in the word list, which is case insensitive again, then the query word is returned with the same case as the match in the word list. And they have provided three examples for us to follow. Here the word list contains the word yellow and query is YOLO. So O can be simply replaced with E as vowel switch is permissible. So our correct word would be yellow. Similarly, two more examples, you can go through them. And in addition, the spell checker operates under the following precedence rule. When the query matches a word in the word list, which is case sensitive. Now word list is case sensitive, okay. You should return back the same word. That is, if we have the exact matching word in the word list that query asks us, we simply return that word. In the other case, when the query matches a word up to capitalization, you should return the first such match in the word list. That is, if a query contains a word that's there in the word list, but the case is not matching, then also we can match it with the word list word and return the first search word which matches it. In the third case, it's given that when the query matches a word up to vowel errors, you should return the first search match in the word list. That is, just vowel errors are considered. And last, if the query has no matches in the word list, you need to return an empty string. Now, we are given some queries. Return a list of words answer where answer I is the correct word for query equal to queries of I. Now, this is a big description. It will become more clear as we move on to the example. So here is the first example that we are provided with. So here these are the words in the word list and this is the queries list. So we'll just try to compute few of the queries so that it becomes clear to you what the question is trying to ask us. So first off, what we'll be doing is that we'll be checking if we have this given word in the word list, and if yes, we'll simply return that word. So for kite, as kite is present here, we return kite in the output. Now moving on further, here K is capital and we don't have the exact match in the word list. So what we do is that we consider the capitalization error and return Ki capital Te in this case. So here Ki capital Te is returned. Now here we have the exact match, so we return. Here also we have the exact match, so we return. Here again case insensitivity is there, so HARE small one which obviously occurs prior to the capital HARE in the word list, so we'll return the small one. HEAR. Now we don't have this word in our word list, and also the letter E is a vowel, but we don't have any such word in the word list which has second letter as vowel and all the other letters matching this case, so we return an empty string. Similarly for small here, KETI. Now this is an interesting case because E is a vowel and I is also a vowel, and the other two consonants are matching in two of these strings. So now this is a vowel error that we have encountered. So we can do the vowel matching, as in K is matching with this K, E can be swapped with I, T can be replaced with capital T, and I can be replaced with E. So we return this KIT, that's the first occurrence in the list. Again for KET, we don't have any match, and KETO, again E and O are vowels, so we can swap them for I and E. So that's how we made this return list. Now you might be a bit confused that how will we do it programmatically. So I have a solution for you. So what I'll be doing is that I'll be maintaining two hash maps, one which will contain the words mapped to their lowercase counterpart, another which will contain the words mapped to their vowel replacement counterparts. So for example, in this case, the word KITE, the K is capital here, KITE. So map 1 will contain the word KITE mapped to small KITE, and our map 2 will contain our word KITE mapped to KITE. T I. So that's how we'll be storing map, and we'll be iterating over this queries list. For each query, we'll be fetching the values from our map and return their wordless counterparts. So now let's move towards the code, and you'll be able to better understand what I'm trying to tell here. So this is a lead code ID, and now today you are at day 17, so you might be familiar with this IDE by now. So first off, what we'll be doing is that we'll be implementing a vowel checker, that is if the given character is a vowel or not, because we'll be needing it later on. So first off, initializing that thing, we can simply check for incoming character. It must be equal to A or E or I or O or U. So that's a simple checker for vowel. Now moving on towards our main code. First off, we'll be initializing a start, then two maps as we have discussed earlier. Then what we'll be doing is that we'll be iterating over the word list and adding the incoming word to the hash set for future reference purpose, and we'll be putting the values in the map in a fashion that we discussed. First off, we'll be converting all the words to their lowercase counterparts, and second, we'll de-vowel them. So we simply have a two lowercase function in Java, so we can use that. But for de-voweling, we need to implement our own function. So as we've discussed, we'll be replacing all the vowels occurrences with asterisks. So the same idea applies here. We'll initialize this function here, and then we'll have a string builder to store the values, and we'll be iterating over the word char array. Then we'll be appending. If the character is a vowel, then we need to append asterisks, or simply append the consonant if it's not a vowel, and at the end we'll return the string. Now we can safely put this value in map2, as you can see here. Now iterating over the queries list. So first off, what we'll be doing is that we'll be converting the incoming query into its lowercase counterpart and its de-vowel counterpart, because that's what we'll be needing to match in our hash map. Now if the hash set already contains the query, that is hash set already has the word, that is the word list already has the word that query is asking, so we can simply put that word instead of the query. So no need of replacement, I just put it so that you can understand it better. Else, if map1 contains the key, that is map1 contains the lowercase converted query, then query L will be the value associated with the given key query L. Similarly, for the case when m2 contains query at LV, that is if the converted d-vowel string query is a part of the map2, then we can simply replace the value in the word list associated with that key. Else, query is null. If it doesn't matches all three conditions, then we need to simply return null, as you can see here from the fourth condition. If the query has no matches in the word list, you should return an empty string. And at the end, we can simply return this queries array. Now we'll try to run this code. Alright, it works fine. Now we'll try to sum it up. Perfect, it works as expected. Thanks for watching.